Silver-spotted skipper, this is our largest skipper in the state by far. It's a big, bold skipper. Skippers, of course, are always easily identified by their recurved antennae, the tips of the antennae. Silver-spotted skipper lays its eggs on a variety of legumes, and this particular one was over on the Tahuya Peninsula near Ivy's cabin, and it was using a Lotus crassifolius called big deer bench. This is what the egg looks like, and you can see the black circle here. That's the head capsule of the larva that's all watered up inside of this egg, ready to pop out. The larva eats a hole on the top of the egg and crawls out. It doesn't feed on the rest of the egg, it just leaves it there. Here's what the first instar looks like. This is actually one of our more attractive skipper larvae, and it'll get more attractive as it grows larger. But skippers typically have a collar. This one has this kind of a reddish collar behind the head, and then a big yellow body. As it grows a little bigger, the collar sometimes gets more pronounced. Big black collar there. The other butterflies that we have, the larvae don't have collars. Here it is at third instar. It's up to 10 millimeters now. And here's a big black sclerotized patch on the back of its collar. When it reaches the fourth instar, this is the next to the last instar, notice that it has these big orange eyes. Those are not true eyes, those are false eye spots, probably for deterring predators. And you can see some real neat colors starting to form. It's red here, the legs are getting kind of a bright yellow or orange, and this amazing yellow and black striped body, very attractive butterfly. Now, a larva butterfly, watch this orange spot on the next slide. This next one is also a fourth instar. But what happened to the orange spot? It just disappeared. See, there's no orange spot there. Notice how swollen it's getting. This is a larva that's just getting ready to split open and mold into the next instar. But look up here, what's that? Eye spot. That's what has happened here. Is the larva has pulled its head out of the head capsule, and so it's back in this section now. This head capsule is just an empty capsule now. And it's going to split wide open, and out comes the new head. And here's the orange eye spots back there. This is a big larva, 32 millimeters. This is not quite as big as swallowtails, but it's one of the larger, big striped things. Here again are the eye spots, false eye spots. These are not really eyes. And the pupae are pretty cool too. This is what the Lotus crassifolius looks like up close. It's a Dutch type plant. The pupa is very interesting. It forms a tent, a house, completely surrounded with the leaves of the host plant. I've actually cut into the side of this house. I'm kind of coming in from below on the side. I've cut away some of the leaves so you can see what this pupa is doing inside. You notice that it has slung silk thread around its body, and it has another attachment right here. Those are its only points of attachment. It doesn't touch its house anywhere else. So it's hanging in the air inside of this tent. And that's how it spends the winter. It hatches the next summer. Presumably that helps to keep it free of mold or maybe little parasites or something. It's a very interesting way that it suspends itself. And here again is the adult. This is the ventral side, and this is what's called the silver spotted skipper. It has these amazing big white, big silver spots. This has a wingspan, I would just say probably a good 3 inches. It's a big skipper. It's as big as any skipper's get.
At least a foot. At least a foot.
Yeah,
I was teasing from the foot.
yeah. Bob was telling me about this. And here again is the adult, the dorsal side of the adult. And the males often will sit and perch for females fly by. You can tell that this one is not nectaring because it's not on the center of the flower where the nectar would be. It's sitting out to the side, and it's just using this daisy as a perch. Here's the lotus crassifolius, the big deer vetch. It's not in bloom yet at this stage, but you notice these little whitey spots here, 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 here. Probably more in there somewhere. Those are all larvae that have, what they do is, after hatching from eggs, these are little, tiny little first insect larvae. They cut the leaf down the middle, almost cut it off, but leave a piece of it hanging on, and then they fold that leaf over and they tie it down in silk. And so they make these little houses for themselves. So these are all larvae. You can see where another leaf has been cut, and I don't see a house formed around it. And here's a close-up of one of those little houses. And the larvae will stay in there. And of course, as the larvae get bigger, they reach a point where they can't fold these leaves over anymore, they're too big. So then they start gathering more leaves together. And finally, when they're ready to pupate, they might have 15 leaves that they kind of silk together in a big bud. I have one more slide after this, but first, are there any questions on the skipper?
Are they eating inside that little house?
Probably not so much. They're probably wandering out of the house at night and feeding, and then they get back in the shelter near the neighbor.
We have that deer bench here on the west side.
I'm
Do we
sorry?
have the deer, is that deer bench here?
Yes, I don't know of any of it locally right here, but it's all over the peninsula. The southern part of the peninsula.
What's the bloom look like? No.
It's a purple bloom like a pea.
Looks like a sweet pea.
Yeah, like a sweet pea. The plants maybe grow about this time, right? And it's quite an attractive little plant. Very lush little leaves, and it's actually, I think there's 6 butterflies that use that same plant as a smart host. It's a very good plant. Yes?
Do butterfly larvae have functional eyes?
They have eyes of sorts. They can sense light. They can't focus very well, but yeah, they can see a little bit.
Are they compound eyes already?
They have 2 or 3 simple eyes, I think. Real tiny little things, and they're not where these false eye spots were. They're more forward. Notice the date on this, 1998. This is in Schnebly, Louis. And I think my wife Jo was working this day, so Heidi and I went over and looked for green hair streaks. And who should show up with the 2 Richards? And so we ended up having kind of an impromptu meeting down on the bottom of Schnebly, Louis. The talk was, what do you think about forming a butterfly club? And these were the 3 musketeers. These are the movers and shakers without which we would not have water. And we actually had our first meeting with WBA about a year after this. So this was just prior to that time. And Richard, the 2 Richards and Heidi were really the people who started it all. So Richard, will very much miss you. Thank you for your contributions, and good luck in the afterlife.